let's discuss how to use high-level workflows and automations, because creating a single workflow could save hours of manual work, prevent missed leads, and even boost your revenue, all while running in the background. Whether it's your business or your clients, automation isn't just convenient, it's game-changing. Last month, my agency generated $400,677.03 in revenue while managing over 400 sub-accounts, all without burning out. And it wouldn't be possible without strategically using workflows and automations across our business and client accounts. Here's the truth. High-level workflows and automations are the engine behind it all. They take the repetitive stuff off your plate and turn it into streamlined systems. Think lead follow-ups, client onboarding, internal processes, even reporting. It all runs automatically. With the right setup, your business doesn't just keep up, it runs smoother, faster, and smarter. Today, I'll take you step by step through the dashboard and show you how to build automations you can use for your own business or set up for clients to save them time and increase revenue. And don't skip to the end, because I've got a special 30-day free trial link just for you. Normally, HighLevel gives 14 days, but with this, you get a full month, plenty of time to build, test, and start live automation results firsthand. Now, let's start with a quick reality check. Have you or your clients ever had a lead slip through the cracks? Maybe someone filled out a form, but you got busy, or you planned to call them back, but another fire came up at work. By the time you followed up, the lead was cold, or worse, your competitor had already closed the deal. If that's ever happened, hit the like button so I know I'm not alone. Here's the reality. The average business waits 47 hours to respond to a new lead. 47. And data shows that if you follow up within 5 minutes, you're 21 times more likely to close the deal. But let's be real, none of us can sit glued to our phones 24/7. That's where automations change everything. With HighLevel, you can make sure every lead is followed up instantly and consistently, but that's just the beginning. Let me show you how to build a simple workflow together that solves this exact problem. Let's start with step 0, because this is the step that many people overlook. They jump straight into workflows, start dragging in emails and SMS steps, and then wonder why nothing works. The problem isn't the automation, it's the missing foundation. Before workflows can run, the account needs the right setup. Think of it like building a house. The lights won't turn on until the wiring, walls, and rooms are in place. Now, first things first, let's lay down the foundation. You'll want to start by setting up your sub account properly. Once that's done, go ahead and add your business information so everything's complete and consistent. After that, connect your phone number and your email. This makes sure you can reach out and be reached without any hiccups. Then set up your pipeline stages to organize your leads and finish it off by adding your calendar so appointments and scheduling run seamlessly. Finally, create your lead capture point. This could be a form, a survey, a booking calendar, or a funnel page. Workflows always need a trigger, and without a form or booking in place, the automation has nothing to respond to. Now, let's map out your customer journey. The moment someone opts in, they decide exactly what should happen next. Maybe that's sending a welcome email, adding a quick text reminder, or creating an internal notification for your sales team. Put everything down on paper or sketch it out step by step. Once you've got that map in place, building the workflow becomes simple and straightforward. So remember this. Workflows only work when your pipelines, calendars, and integrations are set up first. Don't skip this step or you'll waste time wondering why nothing fires. All right, your foundation's in place and you've mapped out the journey. Now it's time to actually build your first automation that nurtures and follows up with new leads. Head over to your GoHighLevel dashboard. On the left-hand menu, click on Automations, then select Workflows. Think of this page as the brain of your business. Every single workflow you create will live right here. But before you start dropping steps into a workflow, there's one spot you'll want to look at first, the workflow settings. Think of this as setting the ground rules before the game begins. Skip this part and your automation might not run the way you want it to. Inside, you'll see 4 workflow settings, and each one can really change how your workflow behaves. The first setting is Allow Re-entry. This controls whether someone can go through the same automation more than once. For example, if a person fills out your form today and then again next week, Allow Re-entry decides if they'll run through the workflow a second time. It's useful to turn this on for things like promotions or reminders, but for processes like client onboarding, it's usually better to keep it off. Next is Allow Multiple Opportunities. This setting decides whether a single client can have more than one open deal in your pipeline. For instance, a coaching client usually only needs one active spot, while an e-commerce customer might place multiple orders over time. Turning this on or off tells the system how to handle those situations. Then there's Stop on Response. This setting makes sure your automation doesn't overdo it. For example, If your workflow is sending reminders and someone replies with "Yes, I'm interested," the system knows to pause right there. With this turned on, the messages stop as soon as a response comes in, which makes the whole interaction feel much more natural. The last part under communication is time zone. This makes sure your messages only go out during normal hours in your contact's local time. Instead of someone getting a text in the middle of the night, it makes sure they see it during the day when they're actually awake. Getting these settings right only takes a minute, but it makes everything you build after that run smoother and feel more professional. All right, now that the settings are all set, it's time to create a new workflow. When you open it up, you'll notice two choices. You can either use a template or build one from scratch. Templates are great if you want something quick, like a missed call text back, a review request, or an appointment reminder. But for now, we're starting from scratch so you can actually see how everything works behind the scenes. Now, click on Start from Scratch and then give your workflow a proper name. Skip the boring test workflow label. It'll just confuse you later when things start piling up. For this demo, we'll call it Lead Nurture Sequence Demo. And that's it. The workflow is ready to go. With your workflow settings in place, you can now move on to adding a trigger. Think of triggers like the front door. When something happens, the door opens and your automation starts. Click Add Trigger and you'll see a full list of options you can use to kick off your workflow. Form submitted is a big one. It fires the moment someone fills out one of your forms, so you can instantly follow up. Appointment booked is another. As soon as someone schedules time with you, the automation can jump in to confirm or send reminders. Then there's tag added. That one's useful when you're organizing contacts, like tagging them as new lead or VIP. Pipeline stage change is handy too. Say you move a deal from prospect to qualified, you can trigger an automation right there. You'll also see call status, which can fire after a call ends depending on the result, like no answer, voicemail, or completed call, and those are just a few examples. Each trigger basically tells the system, hey, this is the moment to start running the workflow. You've got endless ways to fire off automations. For today, let's go with form submitted. This means every time someone fills out your lead form, this workflow will activate. Select your form, hit save trigger, and boom, you're ready to start building. Now we add actions. This is where the magic happens. Click Add Action. First, let's set up the email. Under From Name and From Email, select User, then click First Name. This way, your message will feel personal and automatically pull in the lead's name. Also, don't forget your subject line. It's the first thing your contact will see, and it can make them want to open your email. Once you've selected the user and clicked on their first name, head over to the message section. Here, you can either type out your message manually or let HighLevel do the heavy lifting by choosing Write with AI. Now, add a custom value to personalize your email automatically. Adding a custom value to personalize your email automatically allows each contact to receive a message that feels tailored specifically to them, such as including their first name or other personal details. This increases engagement and response rates because recipients are more likely to read and act on emails that feel relevant and personal. It also saves time by automating personalization, eliminating the need to manually customize each email while maintaining a professional and friendly tone. Then I recommend starting with a short, warm welcome email. Example: hi, thanks for reaching out. We're excited to connect with you. Expect more info from us soon. That's it. Short, sweet, and it reassures your lead instantly. After you've drafted your message, make sure to hit Save Action. Otherwise, all your work could disappear. Next, add another action. Send SMS. Remember, texts have a 98% open rate. This is your secret weapon. Write something like, hi, thanks for submitting your info. Want to book now? Here's my calendar booking link. Can't wait to chat. Notice I added the booking link right inside the text. This turns a lead into a booked appointment with almost zero effort. Now let's add a wait step. Set it to 1 day. After that, add a second email. This time, use a story or testimonial. For example, subject line idea: quick story about a client win. Then your message could be, hey, quick story. Last week we worked with client's name and they saw specific results. I'd love to help you do the same. Here's my booking link again. Now this builds trust and credibility while keeping it natural. Now, after sending that second email, the one with the story or testimonial, you don't just want to keep piling on messages. That's how you end up sounding like a robot. Instead, let's build in a little breathing room. So first, add a wait step. Give your lead a day or two to actually open that email and think about it. Remember, not everyone responds instantly, and that's okay. Here, our next step is to wait for a contact reply instead of relying on a time delay to send the email. We'll also set the timeout to 1 day. This ensures the workflow only moves forward when the contact actually responds, making our automation more accurate and preventing unnecessary or premature follow-ups. After saving the wait step, you now see 2 actions created: contact reply triggers when the contact responds. Timeout triggers if no response occurs within the set period, example, 1 day. This setup ensures that your workflow can handle both possible outcomes efficiently. The contact reply action allows the workflow to respond immediately when the contact engages, keeping them engaged and moving smoothly through the process. The timeout action ensures that contacts who do not respond within the set period are not ignored, allowing you to send follow-ups, trigger notifications, or take alternative actions. Together, these actions make your workflow more organized, proactive, and reliable, preventing missed opportunities and reducing the need for manual intervention. Think of this like telling your workflow, hold on, let's wait and see if the contact replies first. And in the contact reply action, you'll see the question, what will happen when the contact replies to email 2? So the next step is to add an if or else condition to check the contact's response and determine the appropriate action. Click on Add Action If or Else. This condition will check. If the contact replied to email 2, we take the reply branch, or else, meaning the contact didn't reply within 1 day, we take the timeout branch. Using the if or else condition ensures that your workflow responds intelligently based on the contact's behavior. So if the contact replied, add contact tag and choose tags like interested or booked. But when conditions are not met, add a contact tag like not interested. When the workflow reaches the else phase and the contact hits the timeout, that's your signal to decide the next step, like sending a follow-up email. This simple follow-up shows persistence, keeps the conversation alive, and often encourages the contact to take action, increasing your chances of a reply or even a conversion. After your follow-up email, click Add Action and then click another wait step. This ensures the workflow pauses and gives the contact time to respond to the follow-up email. Once you've got your steps, click Publish. And congrats, you just built your first workflow. Now, let's run a test. After building your workflow, it's essential to test it thoroughly to ensure everything works as intended. Start by reviewing each step carefully, including triggers, actions, wait steps, if or else conditions, emails, SMS messages, and tags, making sure all paths are connected properly. Next, create a test contact in your CRM with a real email and phone number so you can verify that messages are delivered correctly. Remember, if you want to add a contact to an automation, you first need to go to Contacts and select the email you want to use for testing. After that, choose the workflow you want to run. Use a test contact to trigger the workflow and watch how it runs step by step. Check that emails, texts, and notifications actually go out, that the wait steps pause when they should, and that the if or else conditions send the contact down the right path based on their replies or timeouts. It's also important to test the edge cases. Try replying to an email or text to make sure the contact reply path works. Then run it again without replying, just to confirm the timeout path kicks in. Finally, double check that team notifications are firing, tags are being added, deals are moving through the pipeline, and any custom values are applied the way you set them up. On this part, the workflow execution was successful because after running the test, the client received email 1 as expected. After testing the workflow and confirming that everything works correctly, the next step is to activate it for live use. This means turning the workflow on so it can start running automatically for real contacts. Once activated, it's important to monitor its initial performance to ensure emails, SMS messages, wait steps, and if or else conditions are functioning as intended. Based on real contact responses, you may need to make adjustments to messages, timing, or conditions to optimize engagement and conversions. Additionally, tracking key metrics such as open rates, reply rates, clicks, and conversions will help you measure the effectiveness of the workflow. Once the workflow is running smoothly, you can layer additional automations, actions, or follow-up sequences to further streamline your processes. In short, after testing, the workflow transitions from a sandbox environment to live automation, allowing it to manage contacts automatically while you focus on other priorities. And here's the thing, that's just scratching the surface of what you can do with HighLevel. Once you start building workflows, the possibilities really open up. You can send automated appointment reminders that cut no-shows in half, keeping schedules full and clients happy. You can automatically request reviews after a service, helping you grow your reputation without adding extra work to your plate. You can even set up nurture sequences for colder leads so they stay engaged over time and convert when they're ready, without you having to manually follow up. Beyond that, automations can also help your internal team. Imagine a notification firing the instant a high-value lead comes in so your sales team can jump on it immediately. Or assigning tasks automatically when a client hits a certain pipeline stage so nothing slips through the cracks. Whether it's follow-up, reputation management, nurturing, or team coordination, workflows make sure your business or your client's business runs smoothly, consistently, and at scale. And the best part is, once these workflows are set up, they work in the background 24/7. That means you or your clients can focus on bigger picture tasks like closing deals, serving customers, or growing the business, while the system quietly handles the repetitive work that used to eat up hours every week. The flexibility is insane, and once you start layering automations, your business literally runs smoother than ever. That's how we manage over 400 sub-accounts and still hit nearly $500,000 in a single month. It's not about brute force, it's about smart systems. Now, I know what you're thinking. Okay, this looks awesome, but what if I mess it up? My advice is simple. Don't wait until you feel ready. Open a free trial account and start experimenting. You'll be amazed at how quickly it clicks once you play around with it. And here's the thing, if you go through HighLevel's site, you only get 14 days, which isn't nearly enough time to build, test, and refine a workflow properly. That's why I'm giving you my exclusive 30-day free trial link. It's in the description below. Use it and you'll have a full month to explore everything risk-free without pressure. Here's a little challenge for you. In the next 48 hours, set up just one simple workflow. Nothing fancy, just start with a trigger when a form is submitted, then have it send a welcome email and a quick text. That's it, just one workflow, and by doing that, you'll already be ahead of most businesses that are still stuck doing everything by hand. And remember, systems don't replace people. They free you up to do more of what you're best at, growing your business, getting creative, and serving clients at the highest level. Thanks for tuning in today. If this was helpful, don't forget to like the video and subscribe so you don't miss the upcoming tutorials. I've got more step-by-step builds coming your way. And if you're ready to give HighLevel a try, the 30-day free trial link is right there in the description. See you in the next video.